Friends, what is Jewish care? That elderly lady probably summed it up in terms of one of the Jewish care's biggest challenges is to communicate what they do, how often they do it, and to who they do it to. How are you connected to our Jewish community? Connection comes at various levels. It can be as a president, as a board member, or executive, the leaders of our organisations, the big muckers. Connection can also come by just participating, by being a member, and as we heard, as a volunteer. We don't need to explain the importance of a volunteer if you've just listened to Rosalie Silverstein's emotion and her satisfaction at what she has taken out in terms of how much she has given to so many of those thousands of Jewish people over so many years. And well done, Rosalie, for your dedication and your commitment. Tonight, on behalf of everyone at Jewish Care, it's my privilege to thank you for all coming. Thank you for showing your support and your understanding to learn more about what Jewish Care does. However, we need more from you than just turning up. We need more from you than just being here tonight. Tonight is your chance to show your connection to your community. Tonight is your chance to assist others that are less fortunate than ourselves. I must say, Simon, I was most impressed with your address. For an engineer who's not Jewish, to be able to keep 650 Jews relatively stum was a wonderful achievement by you. And Simon had a very interesting story to tell us. And I think the key message there was the role of every one of us. No matter whether you're the leader or just the member, we all have a role to play in our community. And yes, Simon, we are blessed to have not only in this room but in our wider community many major philanthropists that have been very generous, not just to Jewish Care, but to a range of both Jewish and non-Jewish organisations. We're also blessed, Simon, to have here in the room and in our community the everyday Joes, the everyday schmoes, that also have been very generous. And it's up to us, as you've indicated, that we all have to do what is something meaningful and appropriate for us. And in terms of major donors and major philanthropists, there's one philanthropist that could not be with us tonight, but I've just informed that Eloise Weislitz, as chair of the Pratt Foundation, on behalf of the Pratt family, who unfortunately could not be here tonight, has wanted to kick off our 2012 Jewish Care Annual Appeal with a donation of $500,000. Once again, the Pratt family are leading by example. And so to you, Sam Lipsky, if you could go and take back our thanks, the community's thanks, to Eloise and all members of the Pratt family for their very generous donation tonight. I also need to recognise and thank on your behalf the 6 wonderful volunteers that have put this magnificent dinner on tonight. The 6 women: Annette Smorgon, Karen Goldenberg, Laurel Krulis, Suzanne Slamoy, Adira Werdiger and Diane Gringlass. Well done. We know how much you've had to be hucked, in some cases, to be here, but the girls have done a wonderful job and in increasing the profile of Jewish Care. Of course, another connection to our community is by being a donor. in keeping with our Jewish tradition of tzedakah, our moral obligation to assist others in need. Sadly, in our community, there are still too many people on the periphery that aren't connected, aren't committed, and unfortunately not interested. This is very disappointing, given the diversity and the vibrant range of organisations that exist. Just look at today's page in the Jewish News. It's the listings page, the notice board and congregations page. There are clubs and classes, groups and programs, shuls and schools for everyone. You name it, our community has got it. From baby classes to Zumba classes, bridge clubs to walking clubs, single clubs to gay and lesbian clubs. There's something for everyone. And yet when you look at the page, in the middle of the page is a very important organisation. And it wouldn't surprise anyone in this room to see it's Jewish Care. Because on that page, there's lots of services being offered. But Jewish Care is the only one that offers the following services, and I quote, the first point of contact. Yeah, the first point of contact for people experiencing unemployment, homelessness, emotional and financial difficulties, mental health issues. Also provides healthy ageing programs, home help for elderly people, and residential and disability and aged care. Jewish Care at the core, at the centre of our community. As we've heard, it's remarkable since we were here, most of us were here 12 months ago, 5,000 Jewish people have taken the opportunity, albeit I'm sure with a lot of difficulty and a lot of trepidation, to knock on Jewish Care's doors and ask for help. Ask for help. And Jewish Care is there. And yes, they can't meet everyone's needs. Do you know that 1 in 3 of our Jewish families in Melbourne live on $50,000 a year or less? $50,000 a year or less. And we also know that with the deteriorating economy, the demand for Jewish Care services, unfortunately, over the next 12 months, is going to exceed those 5,000 people. Not everyone is going to be fortunate as Greg, who lost his job and went back and through Jewish Care was able to find another job. I think there was nearly 600 Jewish people that found a job over the last year by utilising Jewish Care. The government doesn't support social justice programs. Housing assistance, counselling, mental health programs, financial support, disability services have to be funded by us. The time has come for each of us to play a role in ensuring that Jewish Care can deliver the quality of service and give the quality of life to those people that need assistance. Frankly, in previous years, too many people have thought they've done enough by simply coming to this annual dinner. It's concerning when we look through our donor list to see too many bagels, zeros, against people's names that think that by paying the $125 or whatever for a ticket that that's enough for them. It's not for us to tell you how much to give. All we can do as an organisation is give you the facts, is give you the data to let you reach, together with your family, what is an appropriate and meaningful sum to help. We need you to do more than just turning up. You have the easy job. You have the easy job of giving, because by you giving, you're going to allow someone to take. And as my late dad used to tell me, David, it's always better to be a giver than a taker. Finally, I want to thank you again for your support and your connection to Jewish Care. Thank you for attending, and we look forward to a successful year for Jewish Care with your assistance and your cooperation. Thank you.